Hey everybody, happy Sunday. Welcome back to another episode of Strictly Travel. If you're listening to this podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere else, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate all the support that we get, and I look forward to seeing you guys around on the show. So today, it's got a quick segment about hotel programs and hotel credit cards. Recently, Hilton enacted some catastrophic changes to their American Express Hilton business card. Previously, this card earns a free night certificate after $15,000 to spend and $60,000 to spend, as well as having an annual fee of, I think, $95 or $99 a year. Most of the time, what I do is, as it gets close to the renewal date, I call in, see if Hilton has any special offers, promotions to help mitigate some of the annual fee, and most of the time they're pretty nice about it. So all in all, I haven't really had to pay much of the annual fee, but starting early this year, the brand announced some catastrophic changes to the credit card that go into effect as of June 2024. Primarily being that the annual fee, I believe, is going up to $199 a year or $195 a year, while also losing the ability to earn those free night certificates, which is one of the main driving forces for me to actually have the card. These certificates are good for pretty much any property in their portfolio as long as they're standard award space. I've been able to use these free night certificates and tack on maybe a little bit more points for a 3 or 4 night vacation at some of these crazy places, such as the Waldorf Astoria Los Cabo, or no, the Waldorf Astoria Pedregal in Cabo, as well as the Waldorf Beverly Hills. And I will also be using a combination of free night certificates and points to stay at the Conrad Maldives. So I've got extraordinary value off of the Hilton program and the free night cert, so it definitely pains me to see that they're moving that away, and instead you're just going to get a meager reimbursement or some type of credit to your card every time you spend at a Hilton property per semester or per quarter, something like that. I think they're just $50 credits 4 times a year. I think it's pretty unnoteworthy, and I'm definitely gonna pivot what little spend I had on my Hilton with Hilton brand directly into Hyatt, which brings me to the second point of the day. Is while Hilton continues to devalue their program, kind of alter their credit cards, I think Hyatt continues to be in a really, really great spot. And if you haven't already gotten a Hyatt credit card, feel free to head up my blog, strictlytravel.com, and you can take a look at some of my reviews on the different Hyatt cards. I have both the business and personal version. The personal version offers a free night with certificate. That's good for only category 1 through 4 properties during your renewal. You get one per year. In addition, you also get a second free night certificate, good for category 1 through 4. When you spend $15,000 per year on the card. And those 2 certificates, you can typically expect to get at least $300, $200 to $300 per certificate. I've recently stayed at the Hyatt Regency Boston Harbor. Nights were about $360, $370. Used 2 free night certificates. I saved somewhere along $800 with just 2 free night certificates. So they definitely do add a lot of value. On the flip side, the business card offers a little bit of points rebate when you redeem your points, as well as 2 $50 Stamer credits per semester that go towards spending with Hyatt. So it's not a great card, but I think that it does have the benefit of a points rebate, as well as it was offering 60,000 points at the time of inception. Both cards also allow you to earn Elite Night credits, with the personal version of the Hyatt card offering 2 elite nights per $5,000 to spend. The business version offers 5 elite nights for every $10,000 to spend. So combining both of them along with the amount of nights I stay at a Hyatt, I typically can easily hit the 60-night mark that's required to maintain Hyatt Globalist, which is, to this day, I believe is not only my favorite hotel elite status, but the most valuable. I think that oftentimes going to different properties, we can redeem the free breakfast perk for anywhere from $50 to $60 if it's just me and Jen, to upwards of $100, $150 depending on who else is going along with us and what we order. So I do think there's a lot of benefit to enacting and utilizing some of these perks. So Hyatt continues to win. I think Hilton, sorry, I love you guys. You guys have been great, but I'm going to be leaving the portfolio of Hilton pretty shortly, thanks to their devaluation and changes to their Hilton business credit card. I don't see any positives, no net positives coming out of those changes. And yeah, just the bottom line is, if you have any Hilton cards, I would definitely reconsider and look into potentially shifting over to Hyatt. I think Hyatt is by far my favorite brand. I think they've done a pretty good job, but it's also a brand that has decent reward redemptions, whereas like Hilton and Marriott are starting to get a little outrageous with their award charts. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Strictly Travel podcast today, and learning a little bit more about Hilton and Hyatt programs and sort of why I'm leaving the Hilton program. So like I said at the beginning, if you enjoy this podcast or if you want to stay on track, please feel free to shoot a follow wherever you listen to this podcast, and check out my site at strictlytravel.com.